Okay, it's March 30th, 2013. As you can see, girls are still alive. Kind of a small cluster. Ain't too happy to have me sticking my face in there. They're up on their last of their honey supplies. I don't know how much they got down on. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little warmer if I come home. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. If I come home tomorrow, I'll break this hive open a little deeper and check it out. Get a pollen patty on them. Good to see them still alive. You can see I do have sugar on them here for emergency feeding. But today's video is going to be part of my beekeeping series on hive placement. Now, obviously, you want a location you can get to easy. Except a little here. Surprised these girls ain't out and about. It's about 50 degrees today. Looks like spring is finally upon us. But back to hive placement. You want a location you can get to fairly easy. You don't want to have to be lugging these heavy boxes long distances or anything. If it's a remote place you're driving to, you want to be able to drive fairly close to them so you can load them on and off a truck or whatever you're going to do. If they're just out in your yard, I'm a little over 100 feet from my house. They don't seem to bother at all. I'll sit out here. In fact, right directly behind the camera is my fire pit. We sit around here having campfires and the bees don't bother a bit. Oh, a few flying around. But the optimal location, you want them facing, I face mine east. Yeah, I'll kind of pan around and show you my actual location. It's kind of a mess here. Springtime, we gotta do some cleaning up. I wish that tree wasn't there, but I'm not gonna cut down a tree. But that'd be east. That's kind of the south. You can see the sun, the shadows here for March. But you want to face in the east so the morning sun shines into the hive, into the entrance, gets them woke up, gets them out foraging early. Earlier they start foraging, the longer they can forage. This also gives me a southern exposure on the side here where I put my felt paper in the winter, and gives it more daylight. In fact, come around, my house is to the west. It gets sunshine most of the day. Sun will warm up the back of that in the evening. But you want to have them facing east. You want to have them on a fairly level place. Sometimes you see them on side hills and they got them propped up to level them. But if you got to be working on a side hill, it's not the best. You lose your footing, hold one of these boxes, or even worse, they drop a box and have some really ticked off bees. But, I put mine on cement blocks, raise them up a little bit off the ground, keeps the bottom board dry. A windbreak is good. If you've got, as you can see in the background here, I've got my shed and a tree to the north, which helps block the cold winter winds. And my house kind of blocks any prevailing west wind. It's not too bad of a location here, other than that one tree blocking most of the morning sun. But it gets pretty good sunlight here in the morning. You don't want low-lying areas near a ditch or a creek that could possibly flood and take away your hives. You want to keep them up a little bit higher elevation. You want to keep them a distance from neighbors' properties. A lot of times, out of sight, out of mind is a good thing. Sometimes, neighbors could. It's nice to let some of your neighbors know you have them, but sometimes that could be a bad thing. But also, if it's a remote location, you don't want them out in plain view where vandals can see them, and I guess it's a common thing for kids to want to kick hives over. But yeah, you keep them covered. Some people even build a little fence out of some of that stockade fence you get at the home improvement stores. You want to give them a good water location. If you got a stream or a creek nearby for water, that'll help keep them out of your neighbor's swimming pool. For some reason they like swimming pool, the chlorine water. Or you could supply a water source for them. There's a lot of ways on the internet. Maybe sometime I'll do a YouTube video on water sources for honeybees. They do use water in the summertime. They'll coat the inside of their hive with water to help cool it. The evaporation of the water helps cool their hive. They also need water to break down the honey when it's crystallized. They need water to dissolve it so they can digest it. But that pretty much sums it up. You want a good level, sturdy place, preferably facing the east or even the south. I have some hives that are just facing south. It's easier to work along the fence line around. You want to be able to get around the back of the hive. You always want to work the hive from the side or the back. It's not good to stand in front of the hive. That kind of takes them off a little bit. You see I got a few dead bees here. They ain't cleaned up yet. The screen kind of hampers them from cleaning them out here. But the next couple of days is supposed to be pretty warm, so that should get them a little more active, get them moving, and clean these out a little better. I hope this helps if you're just getting started. Jane L0 is one of my subscribers. He sounds like he's getting interested in beekeeping, and mentioned in the video that where he'd like to put a hive, and that looks like a pretty good location. Here in the north. In the south, you want an afternoon or evening sun if it gets extremely hot. If you're down in the deep south, but here in the north, you want to pretty much sun full time of the day. If it gets hot, you can always crack your hive lids, but for the most part, you do want sun to warm them up, because they do need to warm up in order to get active and collect you some honey and pollen. Okay, if you like my video, click like down below. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe up above, and watch out for some more beekeeping videos. Thank you.